Okay, I think some of the biggest concerns that people have is they're not thinking of Penelope in this size scale. They're thinking a full-size dairy goat. She's full-grown. She's 2.5 years old. This is as big as she's going to ever get. So I think what people are freaked out about is there's going to be a 200-pound full-size dairy goat next door to them. And that's really not conducive to city living, where something this small is totally manageable even for small kids. My 9-year-old helps totally take care of her. She doesn't have horns. Even if she was to bite, which, unless you're a Cheerio, you have a very small chance of that happening, she doesn't have a top set of teeth. And I would show you, but she's not. They only have bottom teeth, so even if they bite, it doesn't even hurt. They're no louder than my dogs. Actually, they're much quieter than the dogs are. Their poop is completely compostable. It doesn't stink. Sometimes it ends up in places that it shouldn't, and you don't notice it right away. It doesn't attract flies like the manure of chickens or dogs or even cows would. I think a few other people think that they might get out and run amok. Well, a dog could easily get out of the yard. They don't climb they jump on things, but they don't really climb. She can't scale my 6-foot fence. She's a little round in the middle. But if I was to prop things up against the fence, she could jump over on the other side. But there would also have to be something on the other side for her to land on. So I don't think escape is really an issue. And even if it was, we already have containment ordinances in place. Humane Society requires you to have noise ordinances in place for barking dogs. That would apply to a bleeding goat. You're not allowed to let your dogs run amok. Same way with your goats, you would have to have them contained at all times. They're going to be classified the same way as any pet would. So we shouldn't be penalizing issues before they come up. We shouldn't think that any potential goat owners are going to be any less responsible than any other dog owner. One of the other issues are people potentially breeding goats excessively in the city. Well, there's backyard dog breeders in the city. So I don't think that's going to come in. And I don't think this is a impulse buy. You can go to the feed store and get a chick for $2. You're not going to get a $250 or $250 goat at the feed store as an impulse buy. Just like pigs are legal in the city, very few people actually own them. I don't think a lot of people will own goats. We're looking at doing classes to educate the public at Buckley's Homestead Supply. She does extensive homestead training where they research goats and learn about that. I don't think this is going to be an issue where everybody who has chickens is also going to go out and get goats. In Lakewood, since they approved the ordinance there's only been 3 goat licenses issued in the whole city. And you can see how disruptive she is to city functioning here. So, it's funny how many people know her name but don't know mine.